Like that.
Let's pause there.
Which
Break
one?
that down.
CKUT?
CKOT freestyle battles there. Break that down with more detail. It's Montreal history. You're a historian. Let's go.
Okay, well that is a show that started in the late '90s by my boy Orion Revolution. Shout out a true friend Orion who who started this, and it's a hip hop radio show. It was 2 hours late at night on Wednesdays, Thursday morning, whatever you want to call it. So, and it was originally from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and they would play like the theme kind of was playing underground hip hop, but they would play local Montreal rap too. But it was just generally like that type of independent rap they would play. And there was a half-hour segment every 3 a.m. It would be a half-hour segment of freestyle rapping. So it would be people that'd be live there, but it was also a call-in show, and people would call the station and rap, and there would be battles and all kinds of shit, and it was super hype. And when it started, I mean, the show started, I think, without the freestyling thing. I think they added that, the freestyle hour, half hours, they called it. They added that a couple of years in. But that shit was heating up. Like a lot of like the best rappers in the city would call and shit like that at the beginning. And that's something I used to go to a lot, and I would kill that shit. So that was where I was like, I was better than people at that. So they'd play someone else's like song, and then it would go into me live, like yet again from last week. Or either I'd be there or I'd call in from someone's house or whatever, and I would or whatever. Sometimes cell phone, and then you just murk it.
Yeah, no, but it's really cool that you're sharing that. It's actually come up
and
a
then
lot.
like and just like parties, like that was a thing. You used to rap in public. That was a thing. It's like you have to prove yourself in situations that weren't even shows, like other people's shows or house parties. If anyone else was saying that you were good, other people were like, yo, rap, rap.
All right, I experienced that a little bit. So
yeah.
So when I was like, okay, I feel like you're sharing a lot. I'll share a little bit. So one thing a lot of people brought up CKUT, and that you came up again. I think it was Willie Scandals was saying how you guys would hang out and do the rapping. Actually, in the chat, Dave Dialect says, "Yo, he's here through the Facebook post." So you shared my Facebook post, right? Now, if I shared it, it goes to my people, but because you shared it, he came and clicked on it and ran it through. So that's how Facebook really works. Is what you want is for me to share it. When I share it, you get more clicks than when you post it. That's why posts are really good. Then you get me, yo, Holden, can you go share that shit? And you go behind the scenes and you socially engineer it a bit. Anyhow, that's another conversation. But yo, Dave Dialect says that's when he first heard CL on CKUT. Right. So the fact is we got a man's here and a lot of people that heard you through the history of this, because a lot of people heard a lot of people for the first time. I know that Don Smooth is significant to a certain era of this. I don't know the full history of that. I hope to talk to him on this very channel down in the future. Yo, shout out fucking D-Shade. D-Shade is in the fucking chat. Oh my gosh, that's a pleasure and a treat. I know Blaster was involved for a minute for a lot of this era. So I'm like piecing this shit together as I go along. So the more, yo, shout out MC Puzzle 88 coming through on fucking CL's Facebook post. Look at the power of what you did, CL. By sharing somebody else's content, it actually works better than sharing your own content, because Facebook 100%. Is social media.
It's like that in real life. It's like that in real life too, you know. If somebody else vouches for you when you're not there and stuff, it always looks better than no matter how good the product you have is. If it's you who's always saying like, yeah, I'm really good and stuff, it's so hard to believe.
Absolutely, man. But if you can actually talk a bit like more about like what it was like to be in that time and how music distribution worked and how you learned about hip hop, just to give people a sense of what it was like to be you in that era versus maybe now, because there's going to be young people, there's going to be people that don't know anything about what it was like. Like myself, I came in 2012. By then it's a different world. We were writing songs, you know? So let's add some flavor to that a little bit, because you were there.
Okay, so you mean like around the time that I was going to CKUT and stuff?
Yeah, all of that. What was it like to sharpen your skills?
It's like super fun, you know what I mean? Like, the thing about freestyling is that it's a kind of thing that has a really low conversion rate. You know what I mean? Like, I feel the same way about like poutine. You know, I like poutine a lot, but I really like a really good poutine. I don't fuck with like not good poutine. You know what I mean? Like there's a real like. Anyway, I'm getting way away from the topic.
No.
No, I am. I don't want to talk about poutine.
You don't want to talk
Okay.
about poutine, but I love
I'm
what
too
the fuck
hungry to
you're
talk
saying.
about poutine.
No, because here's the thing about that. It's like what you were saying actually makes a lot of fucking sense to me. Because you're right. A lot of poutines are fucking trash. That's just kind of what it is, you know? But when you
Right. The
find a
more there is
poutine
of something, the more trash it will be.
and the thing is
Things
about
can only be
poutine
good
is
so
it's
many
so
times.
distorted now, right? It's everywhere. There's every kind. Poutineville lets you basically make your own poutine. What is a poutine? Is it, yo, dude? It's gotten to
What
the
is it
point where
anymore? Like, is
I
it
don't
even real?
like I don't like a classic poutine anymore because it's not souped up enough for my fucking bougie ass taste and
But
shit.
the thing is, if you had a proper one, you would. Like, I feel like the best
No, my
poutines aren't in
girlfriend.
Montreal. They're like off-road shit, like
Yo, that's
like
true.
like other towns in Quebec, like places you would go when you're going somewhere else.
What is
You know
it?
what I mean?
Your
Like,
lady friend Bonnie, is it Gary's or whatever up by fucking Howick or whatever? That was a good poutine. But nah, I'm still bougie with it. I want fucking chicken or something in my poutine.
yeah. You want
I
like
just,
some green peas and chicken, some
I want some good
sautéed,
shit.
some mushrooms and caramelized
I'm
onions,
sorry, dude. It's been like
some
six and a
grilled
half hours.
pineapple and alligator meat.
But back to
Okay,
your point about
yeah,
freestyling. It actually
yeah,
correlates because freestyling is kind of like that. A lot of people have a
yeah.
lot of technique, styles, and flavor to what they do. I happen to really, really fuck with what you do. I don't know. Maybe not everyone will, but the vibe that you fuck with your music is something that resonates super heavy with me. It is a flavor that I'm really into. But I like how you put it because it actually does fucking roll back into fucking, like your example was good even if we didn't want to talk about it. Like it was actually really apt. I found is a good metaphor. So it
There's
might be
even better
weird,
examples, but yeah.
but is there?
Uh,
Because everybody knows what we're talking about when we talk about
mm,
the accessibility of poutine. That actually made it a great bar. It made it like
not
something
from
so.
Montreal though. Yeah, fair enough.
Everybody that really is going to be there, let's be real, there's going to be a huge heavy skew with it. It
Yeah.
says Montreal legend is like right next to your name. So we can talk about Montreal shit. If you don't know what a fucking poutine is, dog, Google that shit.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what it
they're
is.
gonna find. Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So,
Yeah, so
dude, that's
freestyle. I have a lot of theories, a lot of things to say about freestyling. Freestyling is like one of those things that not a lot of people do well, and that results in a lot of other things. So first of all, like because people don't do it well, the expectations are low. Like when you do all right, it's really impressive. And like so that's why it was a party to go to that show because I was just like chilling with Orion and stuff. He's a funny host, you know. Like we're vibing and like everybody there is there to like just create that kind of that momentum, that like vibe where like, yo, someone's gonna rap better than you want to rap better than them, but like we're still like a team, you know what I mean? And then also because freestyling is so hard, like if you have a bad freestyle, no one holds it against you. You bounce back and have a really good one. It's hard to even have a good one, you know? So like the
right.
bar is so low for that, like to even be all right is amazing. And I always thought I was amazing because I was amazing. I was really good at freestyling before I could even write one bar. And like so to me it was like, yeah, I'm sharpening my skills and I'm also like pretty much outshining everybody, no disrespect to anyone, but that's how I feel. And I feel like the reason why that it's not a thing we really talk about anymore in rap and shit is because a lot of people aren't good at it. So as a Zoo would say, a lot of people don't have that chamber, you know, like then they're not, they can't do that. It's embarrassing for them to do it. And we're talking about people that can really write too, you know, and they wouldn't dare. And if they, and when they do, it's super short lived. Like they'll do like 4 bars and they'll be like, yo, and make like a joke and stop, you know, not even rap the joke, just say the joke. So like, anyway, not to be like too long-winded, but that's what it's like. I think it's an amazing art form that's different from writing verses, that creates moments that you couldn't otherwise capture, that people have just decided is not shit because they're like, oh, well, I could write it way better, so why do I care about this? So you act like it's like in the infrastructure of like popular rap culture now to act like that's almost like a bad thing, you know, to freestyle
I don't know.
and to be.
Is
Go
it
ahead.
though? I feel
It
like
depends. Not we're not in our like our clicks. You know, like not like we're not we're in the end of the week and shit. Like those people appreciate it,
because yo,
and that's
man,
why
I'm
we're there to
saying.
gather to do that. Because generally, that's not what people look for or appreciate.
I think that's a generalization that data might not support. There's entire crowds of people that follow Billboard that might not be into that. There's a lot of people that like melody that aren't into that. But with 2021, I mean, look at the Grammy list, dude. Look at who the fucker is up for like rapper of the year in the Grammys, man. It's like fucking Freddie Gibbs, Royce da 5'9", RTJ.
That's great, but that's nothing to do with freestyling though.
But what I
I'm
mean
not.
more is like the tides of expectations of what people like are changing. If you were to say that these are the guys that would be up for a Grammy even 2 years ago, it would have been a joke.
Oh, I'm
So
still surprised by it. But
I think
go
that
ahead.
like a little bit of an issue. There's a marketing problem across like everything in life right now, but at the same time, look at end of the week. They started their Zoom call, and because they started their Zoom call, they're able to grow. Even fuck
Mhm.
my life got enhanced. We're doing a show on their Zoom call. Fuck, like literally
Yeah, no, I don't
tomorrow
mean
we're
to be
talking to
like a
Nunzio.
pessimist. I'm just saying
So
that there's a lot of people that they push it away.
so there's a lot of people that do push it away, but at the same time, for every person that pushes it away, I would
Just
say
should.
there's another other person that like look, dude, if you were to say Holden, do you like battle rap 2 years ago, I'd be like, nah. But I became a fan of battle rap about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Like I was a sincere fan of this shit. Freestyle and off the dome fucking going at it. Part of it was exposure to end of the week. Part of it was being able to jump on the Zoom call. Because you know what never happened before? There was never some shit before 11 p.m. I could jump at. Where the fuck was it, dude? I'm not going to the park at 2 in the fucking morning on the other side of the fucking city to hear you guys stand in a fucking concrete fucking park spitting till 3 in the
Oh,
morning.
but it wasn't like that though. It wasn't like it was like you do that where there already be people. Like a
I mean,
party
that's
would
like
just happen.
but I'm saying that's my experiences of it nowadays. Like, where am I going to go to actually experience
You're not
these
gonna go
moments?
anywhere because it's
But
over
then
for
Zoom
now.
happened and the internet happened. And I can
Yeah.
tell you, I've watched Coolman Logan fucking rap all sorts of shit on the internet this year.